Good morning, everybody. American Fool here. Listen, I didn't do the best job last time, so out of respect for y'all, I'm going to do this. I'm going to clean this up. So, in less than 5 minutes, I'm going to break down free will and the fifth dimension. All right, here we go. Free will exists. It exists on a spectrum. All things exist on a spectrum. You can look at it like the North Pole, South Pole, right wing, left wing. Temperature, for example, cold is nothing more than the absence of heat. This is why, to me, the diagnosis of bipolar is ridiculous, because we are literally bipolar. So is the planet. Sorry, sidetrack. Okay, so free will exists, but you have to basically juggle thoughts to practice free will, which is something that is complex and not a lot of people want to do. You'll understand what I mean if you have seen an animal react to themselves in the mirror like they're looking at another animal. This is effectually an NPC. They're not conscious of themselves. Whereas if you see a dog or a cat look both ways when they cross the street, that animal is conscious and practicing to some degree free will, but it's relative to their degree of consciousness. Now, you would liken that to a human that can maybe change careers, move, but can't affect change in all the ways that they would like to for themselves. Whereas on the other foot, you may have an individual that is completely conscious and aware of how bonkers things are, or maybe the people around them, but they choose to stay with the herd because they don't want to be alone. Or maybe it's a subclinical awareness, subconscious awareness that you know something's not right, but you can't really put your finger on it. These are all degrees of consciousness that allow for, once you break the threshold, free will. But free will is an active, thought process that requires you to be conscious of what you are doing, the consequences that could be produced from what you are doing, and simultaneously being aware of all your successes, failures, and any incomplete truths that may apply now or to the future trajectory. This is why Martin Luther King Jr.'s quote is my favorite: "Nothing in the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity." Food for thought. Okay, so that's free will. Not a lot of people want to do it because it's a lot of work. But if you think about the system and how things are swaying at the top because we as the foundation have given them so much flexibility, if we don't consciously practice free will, then we don't have the integrity to hold the structure. So when it collapses, it falls through our fingers. That's free will. Now let's go into the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension exists when you are having a deep conversation with somebody. Maybe you're emotionally invested in the person across the table from you, so everybody in the restaurant disappears. Or maybe you need to escape because you're stressed and you watch a movie for 2.5 hours and you feel like you've been gone for half a day because you put yourself in the movie. I'll give you a visual representation of this. If you have seen what they call a magic eye, it's a book, it's a piece of paper, it's two-dimensional. It's called an autostereogram. If you engage with it properly, that page can either sink in and you will see a picture with depth, or it will pop out if you engage with it a different way. It's entirely up to you, and some people are unable to see this. They are conscious of the page, but they cannot decouple their eyes from their normal path and function to engage with the paper properly. That is a degree of consciousness lost because there's a somatic loss of awareness. This is why I preach somatic intelligence. You really got to feel your body and exist in it, not just be a passenger. But yeah, that's the fifth dimension. Less than 4 minutes. I hope I didn't waste your time. I love y'all.